Hey, what's up? Ken from Palm Beach Dyno here. I've got PBD racer Leticia Hughes here. She happened to be in town visiting. She's headed to racing. Go figure. She's racing all the time. You've been a customer of Palm Beach Dyno so long. I don't exactly remember how you found us and your story. I do remember you started off as a pretty basic NA car, and you and Rick got the bug. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your story?
Yeah, definitely. So my husband bought the car, 2018 Mustang, and he bought it with the intention to race it, and I was not okay with that. But, you know, he went with Palm Beach Dyno. Some friends of ours, local shop, you know, had worked with you all before, so, you know, we went with that, and, you know, the first year we come out, you know.
Oh, let me back up. Wasn't there a point where you guys were taking turns on that car for a bit?
We were, so.
that ended fairly quickly, though.
It did. So he wanted me to get, you know, some time in the driver's seat. So my first pass out, I think I went at 1170, and his fastest was like 1180 or something like that. So, yeah, so it was super funny that, you know, we would just go back and forth at the track, and every time he would go faster, I would go faster. So then we quickly realized that, you know, hey, the weight difference is definitely going to play to my advantage. And we were shooting for 10s on motor, and we were one of the first cars. You know, actually, I think we were the first 10R80 to go 10s on motor for Palm Beach Dyno. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, I do remember that. And then, you know, from my perspective, things went from being a, you know, you're experimenting with the racing thing to like she's traveling all over the country, going to Texas, to our other Palm Beach Dyno guys down there, hanging out with them, doing NA racing. And like, I can't keep up. I don't really talk to you that often, but it seems like every time I look at Facebook, you're holding a different check or something like that. So
yeah, so, you know, the first couple of years, you know, I raced a lot, didn't win a lot. But, you know, last year, you know, I had a really, really good year. You know, we busted into the nines, you know, right before December in Texas at TJ's race. And so last year, you know, I set out a goal, and I wanted to not only have a fast NA car, but I want to have an NA car that could win. And, you know, I wanted to go race as many races as I could, as many different sanctions as I could. And I think I raced 5 different sanctions, 5 different sets of rules for all motor, and I won in all 5. So I brought home an all motor OSCA championship for the year. You know, pretty much. I mean, it was winner's circle, you know, except for like one race. So, you know, and I was runner up.
That's awesome. Let's talk about real quick where the car ended up NA, because it's not NA anymore. What's the fastest pass you made on it?
So the last pass of 2021 was a 955 at 143.
That's 955 NA, guys. And this is, you know, with all Ford parts, I believe. You know, it had. Did it have ported heads or it had cams?
Yes, it had AFS ported heads, comp cams.
Yep. But you know, we're talking about a bolt-on car here. So let's go ahead and watch all the NA footage, and then when we come back from that, we're gonna go over what's up with her car now, the new class that she invented with the NMRA, and what's coming up next weekend at that race. But let's go ahead and watch the footage first.
For Leticia Hughes, 10:30.
saying, but just saying.
For Leticia Hughes, she is your winner.
All right, guys, mid-9s, NA. Most guys would be super happy to go 9s with anything done to their car at all. She's already done it naturally aspirated, but like a lot of naturally aspirated racers, for those of you guys that don't know, I was a big NA racer. I actually, invented an NMRA class myself called Coyote Stock. Why don't you talk about the class that you helped bring to light for NMRA and a little bit about the details of what that class is about?
Okay, so yeah, I really wanted to, really push the idea that your average street car out there, now 8s is nothing. If you're really not going 8s boosted, you're pretty much non-existent at this point. So, NMRA has they're really starting on their NHRA rules. So, if we're going to be held to an 850 cert with our cages, then let's run all out. So we have a new 860 street race that we're doing at 4 of the NMRA races this year, and hopefully next year we'll run it at all 6 with the points championship.
What do they call in that class?
So it's 860 street race.
860 street race. So this allows you to come and not be worried about some guy showing up with a 750 car, which happens all the time at street races. I'm a big, when I say street races, I mean drag racing, at the drag strip, but a street event like Texas 2K and FL 2K. It's very difficult for them to get the rules fair, and sometimes you wind up and you're a second off the pace, and it's fun, but you really have no shot at winning. In this case, it's an index style class with a very strict breakout rule, and
yes.
That really, there's never a way to account for everything, but they try to account for everything possible to make the class fun and competitive. Let's talk about your car. What's the latest on it this year?
So since the 955 all motor pass, we have went with the TKM built motor, and paired with the AFS heads, comp cams, the whole works. We got us a good motor there, and went with a 3.8 Whipple. So, we're stepping it up. And I got my 850 cert on my cage.
Yep, her cage turned out awesome. One thing we didn't really talk about much, a big part of her program is Suncoast. She's a Suncoast sponsored driver, obviously runs their converter. They're a big supporter of hers. They're here with her right now. We're talking about all things converter. So they're a big part of her program. The car just got done, right? Like, is it running?
Yes, it's
It
running.
is running.
So I drove it to dinner on Saturday. So
Yep. It has not been on a dyno yet, so we're not gonna bring any of that. For now, we're headed to NMRA Bradenton, where hopefully she'll be busting off some 8-second passes. I'm bringing my GT 500. If you guys can make it, I sure hope you come. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll see you on the next one.